Hello everyone, welcome to Plutus IS. Today we are going to talk about the UPPCS mains paper 6, that is your industries of Uttar Pradesh, right? As we know, there's a series of the Uttar Pradesh Public Service Commission mains paper 6. We have started that. So in that series, we have completed various topics. So in that, we are going to talk about the industries of Uttar Pradesh. In that, we have already completed part 3. In the first part 1, we have given the introduction. In the part 2, we have divided the major industries into mainly 4 sectors with their specific things. And in that part 3, we have talked about the 2 industries actually, that is your sugarcane based industries with the historical prospect and every kind of a specific information. And the second one is the defense, right? So we can see here. So in that scenario, we have in the second lecture we have talked about the classification of Uttar industries and that major hubs. The first one is agro-based. The second one is the traditional and handicraft industries. The third one is your the third one is your modern and high-tech industries, which in which the IT sector companies comes. The fourth one is your tourism industries and all. So in that part 3 lecture, we have talked about the sugarcane-based industries, and also we have talked about that. Wait a minute. And also we have talked about that, yes, leather and footwear industries. These 2 industries we have talked about. So today, in the today lecture, we are going to talk about the one of the very important industries, that is your that is your textile and related industries. What is the meaning of the textile and related industries? Of course, so when we talking about the textile industries, of course we talk about the cotton textile industries, and this is also including that woolen industry, in which the Lal Imli again, Lal Imli is the major woolen industries located in Kanpur, where the major woolen cloths are only making. Then we'll talk about the related silk industries, because if we talk about the textile industries, the Banarasi saris or the silk based cloths, it will come into the textile only. So we'll talk about that separately, right? So in that division, we are going to talk about in that part 4 of industries of Uttar Pradesh, textile and related industries. Okay, yeah. So the textile industries in Uttar Pradesh is a cornerstone of state's economy, blending ancient craftsmanship with a modern industries culture. Okay, what are the historical backgrounds? In that historical backgrounds, the textile tradition in UP dates back to the Mughal era and even the earlier, where centers like Varanasi and Lucknow received the royal patronage. Right, you can start the answer like that. When if the specific industries come like that. So if we are mentioning about the Varanasi and Lucknow, so of course Kanpur is in, this is in the Mughal era, but Kanpur is known as the Manchester of the East during that British Raj due to its massive cotton mills. That is your one of that Elgin mills. Okay, the other industries is also there, even not only the before independence but also the after independence. There are JK mills, textile companies and all. You can see still this is there is located in that Kanpur, but of course in not that much in a good state, I would say. Yeah. So Varanasi, historically the epicenter of Banarsi silk, mentioned in that. Mentioned in the ancient Buddhist and also Hindu's text. Okay, then the Lucknow, the seat for the chicken and Zardozi, refined during that Awadh Nawabi period. Of course, we know that significance of the chicken and Zardozi in today's time also. This is actually making its position and its its significance in that international market, right? So the geographical distribution and location, UP textile industry is categorized into the specific clusters. Okay. Into the specific clusters such as आपके क्या हो गए cotton textiles, spinning and weaving in Kanpur, Meerut, Agra, Ghaziabad and Moti Nagar, silk and brocade, silk sarees, zari work, Varanasi, Mubarakpur, that is in Azamgarh and Mau also, embroidery, that is your chikankari, Zardozi, Lucknow, Bareilly और Unnao. Of course, this is a kind of, this is a thing division है ना, spinning and weaving. ये आपका division, this is actually in the chart form. Okay, yeah, this is as a chart form. So this is a cluster that is cotton textile, silk and brocade, embroidery, carpet and rocks, apparel and garments and woolen. And this is a specialization, that is a spinning and weaving कहाँ होती है? कानपुर में, मेरठ में, आगरा. That's the kind of division in this chart. Embroidery आपकी चिकनकारी और जरदोजी, जो आपकी mainly कहाँ होती है? लखनऊ, बरेली and उन्नाव में. Carpet and rocks, of course we know that is hand knotted crafts. Bhadohi is famous. Bhadohi is also the ODOP, famous for that carpet and all. ठीक है, मिर्जापुर, of course we know that मिर्जापुर में आपका कालीन भैया है ना, do not, how can we forget that. Apparel and garments में ready-made garments, Noida, Gautam Budh Nagar and Ghaziabad. Woolen में blankets and shawls, Kanpur, that is Lal Imri. Although this is not functional, I'm telling you this is not functional. Okay, Mirzapur and Muzaffarnagar, because this is something we are talking about, that connecting with the historical and current perspective. Then we talk about the factors associated with their location. Of course, any industries, the location of any industry is dependent on majorly four bases: land, labor, capital, and market, right? So land availability, because of this is a kind of agriculture based industry, because cotton, the textile, the raw product of the textile industry is the cotton. So there should be availability of the raw material, then there should be the market also. Of course, we know that labor is present in that. UP is one of that populous state, so labor availability is also there. And with the reform and the government support, there's so many financial and support kind of policies through the government. So in UP will one of that state where the major textile industry is located. So we'll see there. So raw material, proximity, availability of cotton in the upper Doab region, and the silk yarn from nearby hubs. Silka we'll talk about in that series. Silka, there's a specific, we know that silk is kind of forest based produce, right? So again, in your Mirzapur and Sonbhadra district, there's a various. When we talk about the silk, we'll see that the silk industry, silk type of yarning occur there. Okay. Then abundant labor. We know that UP has the largest pool of the both skilled, that is the traditional weavers, and unskilled labor in India. Water availability, proximity to Ganga, Yamuna rivers is crucial for the processing, dyeing, and finishing. Right. So this kind of support. Market connectivity, the heart of the North Indian market, infrastructure like that, eastern dedicated freight corridor, and world-class expressway, that is Ganga, Yamuna, Purvanchal expressway, and facilities, exports. What is the present scenario? UP has transitioned from a traditional base to the modern textile hub, and in the present scenario, the economic contributor, UP is the third largest textile producer in India. Please mention that kind of data and information in a structure to make it more, promising and more relevant. Please do that. Okay. So the sector contributes significantly to the state's goal of becoming $1 trillion economy, right? So the employment, it is the second largest employer in the state after agriculture, supporting approximately 1.5 million people directly. Of course, this is a labor intensive market. Production in UP account for nearly 90%. Yes, this is absolutely correct. I have rechecked this kind of thing. UP account for nearly 90% of India's carpet export, and it is a leading fabric manufacturer, approx 13%, 13% of that national share, right? So this is some of the very important kind of data which should be substantiated in your points or whatever in your answer. Please do that. Okay. The key government initiative, of course, we know that the various government initiative, PM Mitra hai, a mega integrated textile region and apparel park is being established in Lucknow, Hardoi, to provide that farm to fashion. Please mention such kind of word, farm to fashion, for the specific textile industries. Then one district, one product, UP Textile and Garmenting Policy 2022. In that class, of course, we will talk about this particularly because such kind of schemes has been asked specifically, that how this is, because this is one of that major UP government textile and garmenting policy which came into 2022. Such kind of a specific policies focused on a specific sector has been asked specifically in your question paper. So we'll talk detailed in that class form, right? So challenges kya hai? Of course, challenges, even if we do not see here, we know that the basic challenges, the traditional pattern, right? Technology intervention is very low. The funding is one of the problem. The market demand and such kind of thing, or cheap labor. जैसे कि we know that this is one of the reason that why UP का मतलब why before independence India's का जो cotton or muslin था, why it was not that much, because the availability of cheap market, kind of product, and then the very cheap price also available in the market, right? So this is one thing. Competition from that Bangladesh, Vietnam, and high logistic cost, fragmented supply chains, the need for technological upgradation, and power looms. Prospects kya hai? The shift towards the technical textiles, agrotech, meditech, and the emergence of Noida as a global garmenting hub provide a massive growth trajectory. This is the only challenge and this is a prospect. And then if we talk about the textile industries of UP, is not just an economic sector but a cultural heritage that bridges the gap between that the rural artisans and global market. So what we can conclude from this statement only, that the textile industries will have the also have the multiple dimensions impact. it is not only giving that boost in that UP economy or also the total overall India's export, but also simultaneously it will provide extra income or that diverse form of income to the farmers, right? So the cotton farmers or that sericulture industry, such kind of industry will give the employment basis, right? And more farm to fashion or maybe more independent, right? Less dependence on that, because we know that in the textile industry there are various okay, so textile industry is one of that industry where the every level of the customer is available. The cheap level, the cheap customer, like low strata of customer is also available, because roti, kapda and makan. So kapda is one of that basic necessity if we talk about, right? But again, the textile is also can come into that luxurious market, right? So in that kind of market availability, UP can explore or Uttar Pradesh can explore that kind of luxurious market too, right? And can make their position in that international market. So UP has that kind of tendency. Okay, so related industries kya hai? Of course, the silk and khadi sector are vital as they are present that rural industrialization model of Uttar Pradesh. And one of that aspect, one of the benefit will also we can provide employment on their original location, है ना वो, which we talk about that immigration will can be prevented or maybe regulated or the managed by this basis through the providing the employment or the economic benefits in their own region. So this is one of the very important. Of course, there are the multiple industries too, but textile industry which have the tendency, which is a labor intensive market, right? So this has one of that major thing. Why? Even you can answer such question with the why. Like why this is important, the focus of the textile industries in UP, why this is so much important, because we do not have to do much more, we just need to manage or proper implementation of whatever the policies are, whatever the objectives of the policy, that's it. Because majority of that factors which are important for the textile industry which are already there, you just need to put a little effort and can have the benefit in that large dimensions, right? So yeah, so other industries आपकी कौन कौन सी हैं? हैंडलूम है, सिल्क है, खादी वेक्टर सेक्टर है, द वाइटल है, ठीक है? दिस सेक्टर्स लेबर इंटेंसिव, प्रमोट वुमेन्स एम्पावरमेंट, ऑफ कोर्स अगेन वुमेन इज वन ऑफ द सेक्टर, एंड प्रिवेंट रूरल टू अर्बन माइग्रेशन, दैट इज समथिंग वी हैव ऑलरेडी टॉक्ड अबाउट. हैंडलूम इंडस्ट्री इन उत्तर प्रदेश, the handloom sector is the largest cottage industry in the state, second only to agriculture in terms of employment. वही है मतलब, because okay, handloom is one of that this is a related industry, we can see heading here, related industries to the textile. Okay, so we are just differentiating it, do not get confused कि मैम textile में उधर भी लिखा था इधर भी लिखा है. Okay, now the historical and geographical context, legacy. UP has been a center of handwoven fabrics since the Vedic period. The muslin, this is something we were talking about, the muslin of Varanasi was world renowned in 17th century. We know that the impact of the Britishers or the British period in India, the economy become devastated, right? So this is one of the example. 17th century mein UP has its own, like it's a kind of at that time if it's a GI tag kind of thing. Muslin from that UP is one of the very famous, very soft. It used to be said that through that ring you can complete remove the one sari, or like 5 meter long sari you can remove through the one ring. That's that soft, and silky kind of product. So yeah, it is what famous. So key characteristics, key clusters कहाँ पर आपके हैंडलूम के? वाराणसी में, वाराणसी एंड मुबारकपुर, दैट इज इन आजमगढ़, famous for the silk brocades and Jandani. Mau and Meerut, hub of that cotton handlooms, and Etawah, known for the bed sheet and the furnishings. Bagpat and Barabanki, specialized for artisanal weaving and stoles. फैक्टर्स क्या है? ऑफ कोर्स ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज है, रिवराइन सिस्टम है, मार्केट प्रॉक्सिमिटी है. करंट सिनेरियो क्या है? एम्प्लॉयमेंट है अराउंड 2.5 लाख वीवर फैमिलीज, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है अराउंड 1.1 लाख हैंडलूम्स एक्टिव इन द स्टेट. Contribution significantly shared in that ODOP scheme. Of course, in the last lecture of the industries, we will talk about that ODOP directly from that UP government side. So you will not have any kind of confusion, because multiple time we have seen that of course there's a majorly one product, one scheme, one product from the one state, but there is sometimes a multiple products from that one state also included in that ODOP. We'll talk about in that kind of lecture, right? Then okay, market proximity and contribution significantly shared in the ODOP scheme, contributing to nearly 15% of the India's handloom exports. उसके बाद silk और sericulture industries. UP is unique because it produces almost, not majorly but almost all types of major four types की आपकी silk industries हैं. But in the UP there's a major production of the mulberry silk, है ना? Okay, so produces all 4 types of silk, mulberry, eri, tussar and munga. Mulberry or eri major hai, but mostly mulberry silk. Okay, this is mentioned already. Is produced in the state. Location or regional specialization में क्या है? Varanasi and Mirzapur. That is a silk hub for India for weaving. Please mark this point. Okay, although yeah, northeast state is also there, but यूपी का specifically ये कह सकते हैं यूपी. ठीक है, तराई रीजन में आपका बहराइच, श्रावस्ती, लखीमपुर खेरी, हाई प्रोडक्शन ऑफ मलबेरी सिल्क. विंध्यन रीजन में आपका सोनभद्र, चंदौली, फोकस ऑन टसर सिल्क, वाइल्ड सिल्क ड्यू टू द presence of Arjun and Asantrine. Arjun and Asantrine are one of the trees where the sericulture or specific types of silk has been produced. और जो आपके उनके insects होते हैं तो they actually the different types of silk are because of the different types of insects, and these different types of insects feed on different types of trees. जैसे कि आपका मलबेरी पे होते हैं, कुछ अर्जुन ट्री पे होते हैं, कुछ असन ट्री पे होते हैं. So those type of silk which is growing in your Vindhyachal region, they are majorly feed on in spite of the mulberry tree, but on the Arjun or Asan trees. That is something important too, and that's a very specific point too. Then Western UP, that's Saharanpur, emerging eri silk culture. Okay, so of course there is some government steps also. Research and developmental centers have been established. Mulberry silk research and development center आपका सुभागपुर है, गोंडा में, because we know that गोंडा. Okay, here Mulberry, Tarai region, right? Lakhimpur Kheri, Bahraich, Shravasti. Then Tussar Silk Research Development Center, Sonbhadra. We know that Tussar ये रहा आपका Tussar Silk in that Vindhyan region because of that Sonbhadra. ठीक है, तो इसका research center, the Tussar Silk Research Center is located in your Sonbhadra. Then if we talk about the Eri Silk Research and Development Center, that is in your Kanpur. That is in your Kanpur. Then we talk about the government steps and scheme. The first one is Silk Exchange. Okay, established in Varanasi to eliminate middleman and provide weavers with raw silk at fair prices. This is one of the very important step by the government in any kind of industries, majorly agriculture based, because the producer, that is your farmers or that is your kind of like labor class people, right? So they are not that much skilled or educated to connect directly through the market. So there is the middleman which is actually taking the benefit of this thing. So government has done connected directly farmers or the producer to the market, so that they will get the good price of their product. Because of intervening or interference of the middleman, the actual price is not actually got by the producers or the farmers, and a middleman take the benefits for them. So this is a direct connectivity, is one of the very I would say important step, because if the producer will get the good price of their product, of course that will a kind of motivation to produce more in whatever sector we are talking about, right? So we in that agriculture sector, when we talk about that, so we say that direct connectivity from farmers to the market, farm to farmers, right? So that's how the good kind of a motivation will given to the provided to the farmers or the producers. That is one of the step taken by the government in the silk industries too. Next, okay, so Resham Vardhan scheme provides subsidies for rearing equipments and mulberry plantation. Territorial Cooperative Sericulture Federation was constituted in 1992 in the state. Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Silk Development Scheme focuses on infrastructure like automatic reeling machine. Of course, that is a kind of technological intervention. If you are not writing simultaneously, but if you are writing that these kind of steps has been taken, so substantiate with the technological intervention through that Pandit Deen Dayal scheme. Sorry, through that Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Silk Development Scheme. Okay. Then Mulberry Silk Development Scheme is being on the 12th district, while the Eri Silk Development Scheme in the 7th district. This is something about that sericulture industry. So we have talked about the factors, location, government steps, challenges. Of course, if we talk about the challenges, we know that one of the major challenges is here the infection in that industry, because this is a very of course this is one of the produce which have the high the high reason, the biggest one of the biggest reason, because of the infection of the bacteria or the fungi or the viruses, so that the large production will get reduced. That is one of the, so because of that the kind of information, the updated, the support है ना, जैसे हम लोग एग्रीकल्चर में हम लोग सपोर्ट देते हैं कि अगर insect attack hota hai ya pest attack hota hai, so that kind of subsidies is provided to them. And even before that, how to regulate, how to avoid that kind of insect or pest attack, so that kind of information need to be also given to the farmers or that producers or that laborers involved in that agriculture industries. Then of course the connectivity, then the good producer, and something through that step need to be taken, from which the producer will get the motivation. The major thing is that, and after getting the motivation, how did, if you're getting the motivation, that means you are connecting, you are giving the good price, you are appreciating the support, the act. So that means you are actually connecting the farm produce or the labor produce to the big market. Only then you can give that overall promotion to any kind of industries. That is something you need to mention overall or understand, so that you can frame the answer like that. Okay. So next, the Khadi and village industries. Khadi in UP is not just a fabric but a symbol of self-reliance. We know that Atmanirbhar, managed by the UP Khadi and village industries board. Present scenario क्या है? Production. UP is one of the top producers of khadi in India. Solar khadi. The state is transitioning to solar charkhas to reduce physical labor and increase productivity. Right? This is a kind of a sustainable thing, I would say. You can mention in any other examples also. The solar khadi or the solar charkhas intervening in that khadi and village industries in Uttar Pradesh. Village industries include non-textile sectors such as honey, Saharanpur mein pottery, Khurja. Acha, theek hai, this is something we'll talk about in the handloom industries. Theek hai? Then we talk about that related policies and schemes. Chief Minister's Village Industries. Okay. Chief Minister Village Industries Employment Scheme provides the loans up to 25 lakhs. Then PMEG, Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, UP consistently ranked #1 in India credit linkage under the scheme. Pledge for the Khadi for fashion, of course, the promotion. We must have seen that this is one of the khadis, one of has the significance to reducing the plastic pollution. So now directly or indirectly various shops or big cities may you must have seen that the one of the malls not one of the but majority of the malls have replaced the plastic bags with the paper based bags or the khadi bags, right? Your kind of supermarkets also, they are not giving your plastic bags, and they're promoting. And the product, one of the other product is kind of packaging, yeah, agriculture packaging, harvested जैसे कि आपका wheat और आपका क्या कहते हैं rice, these kind of harvested product need to be packaged in that such packaging which is not the plastic based or the petroleum based plastic bori उसको बोलते हैं ना, that is called that they can consider the bag, but of course this is one of the percentage also. So based on in that mandatory packaging in that khadi based products, yeah, this is a kind of support. So if you are, that means you are trying to increase the demand. If the demand will increase, of course, if if the product demand will increase, the production will have to have increase. So in that linkage, the demand and the production, there will be the good price. That price will, if the go directly to the farmers or the producers, then it will give a kind of promotion or the motivation to produce more, and overall the economy will also boost and the employment generation will also create, right? So that's the kind of thing you can connect like that. So associated factories and challenges. Factors kya hai? Abundant soft water, a massive domestic consumption base, a specialized geographical indication, tax. Challenges kya hai? Of course competition hai, high cost of raw silk hai, lack of modern design intervention hai in the youth market. Khadi industry ke generally product we consider as a boring, right? So it need to be upgraded according to the young people demand, right? Because they need fashion to connect the farmer to fashion. That is the kind of updation is required. You can also mention that, right? So next is your policy scheme. So ODP scheme hai, branding one product, one per district. UP textile policy hai, the 25% of capital subsidy for setting up units. Jhalkari by weaver voucher hai, financial assistance for women weavers. Atal Bihari Vajpayee Powerloom scheme hai, providing subsidized electricity to small scale weaver. The combined handloom, silk and khadi sector contributes roughly 3 to 4% of state GDP and are backbone to the MSME sector, which is the engine for growth of UP's goal of $1 trillion economy. Get it? So that's how you complete the industry. It's not just you have mentioned the industries and go on. You need to talk about every single industries, at least in your notes. So accordingly, if you have enough data, information, concept clarity for various things, then whatever the question will come, not only connected with the industries, but also connected with the agriculture and related economy or the employment generation or any part of that Uttar Pradesh, you can give a very good and strong point, which is the substantiate, which should be the substantiate with the data and example, and of course with the government steps and overall. Suppose that if this is a question only comes and the simple question is for the employment generation, the government has done various steps. Tell me something on the different sector. So agriculture one of the sector, right? Textile is one of the sector. So that's how you देखो किसी भी आंसर स्ट्रक्चर का, it's not the everything you will answer, you'll write in that your notes. So that exactly come into your copy from that simultaneous portion. So when you write the answer, you write the answer from the different perspective, from the different dimension. So if you write that in form, then you can write the one of the best answer. Thank you, and we'll continue the next industries in the next lecture. Thank you so much.